Back in the first Actionscript video, I mentioned that Actionscript was an object-oriented scripting language, a lot like PHP, C, etc. Well, if you're familiar with any of those languages, you'll notice in this video that there's a there are several differences. Well, there's one difference that we'll deal with in this video from most of those languages, and that's the scope of variables. In ActionScript, it doesn't tolerate resetting variables very well, or at least in the kind of quick and dirty way that you can do it in other scripting languages. So if you're familiar with that, you'll note that seems like we're setting a lot of variables in this video, but that's just the way you have to do it in ActionScript. So on frame 30, we need to create a keyframe that'll hold that ActionScript on the actions layer, and I'm going to do the same thing on frame 35. So on frame 30, remember, that is, if I zoom out here, that is our correct answer. So frame 30, when they get to that, is going to award them a point. Okay. Also, we have this go to question 3 arrow. So I'm going to kind of kick things off by opening my code snippets, opening my timeline navigation, and double-clicking click to go to frame and stop on that one, and setting that go to and stop value to frame 40. Okay. So also we will note that frame 30 is a lot like frame 20 because frame 20 was also a correct answer. In frame 20, we had this form where we set a variable, gender question, which was an integer, to equal 1 point. Okay, and then we told the text displayer to say the score is the value of that variable. So I'm going to just copy that and go back to frame 30 and paste it in. On frame 30, what we're setting is the nation question equal to 1. Okay. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of addition. And so to do this, I'm going to create a variable called 30 total. Well, let's call it 30 sum. And this is going to be a addition variable where we say the sum of this is nation question plus gender question. So if a gender question was not defined, it will default to 0. And then in this case, if nation question was defined, it will be 1. So it will be 1 plus either 0 or 1. And then our score text will display the score is, instead of just gender question, it will display the 30 sum. Okay, whatever that value is. Okay, so let's see if that works. I'm going to do a command enter. I'm going to choose the correct answer, which will give me 1 point. Go to the next question and choose another correct answer. Yeah, it worked. The score is 2. Let's try that again. This time I'm going to select the incorrect answer which will give me 0 points. Go to the next question and select the correct answer, and the score is only 1 now. Okay, so far so good. Let's go to frame 35. Actually, let's open up the Actions panel by clicking on that and check out again that frame 30 code. I'm going to just do a Command A here to copy all the code from frame 30. And on frame 35, and remember we created this keyframe on the Actions layer, I'm going to paste all that code. Okay. And so the only thing I really have to change here is that nation question is not assigned a value of 1 if you go to frame 35, because frame 35, remember, is the incorrect answer. So if you land on frame 35, you don't get a point, but all of the rest of this code will work, except that this is what I was talking about at the top of the video. Actionscript doesn't tolerate having 2 variables in general set to the same name. So I'm going to change this to 35 sum, and then the score is 35 sum. Okay. So a little bit of a oddity of Actionscript that you don't find in other object-oriented scripting languages, but that's what you have to do. Okay, let's test this out. We'll select, oops, got a problem there. Frame 35, line 18, I think, is this arrow. So to solve that out, let's just go ahead and delete this Actionscript here. Select the arrow and go to the code snippets. This is just going to be the quickest way to do it. Make that frame 40. All that you really had to change there was the _6 to _7, but that made it pretty quick and easy. Okay, moving on. Let's test out our scorekeeping, Alice, and then I'm going to select the wrong answer here, still 0. Okay, and now, oops. I'm going to select the right answer here, wrong answer here. Yep. Okay, so our math is working out. So that's the power of these operators that add together our integer variables. Okay, so next we'll basically do a third question and then kind of wrap up the application with a final screen.